AskReddit by Cupid Artemis. What are your thoughts on Twitter shutting down? Watching the meltdown and reading increasingly absurd headlines every day was quite entertaining tbh. I was a big fan of the roughly 48 hours when verified imposter accounts were tanking stock prices and embarrassing the rich. 75% of the employees left accepted the 3-month severance. That means around 12% of the employees there on Musk's first day remain. Those still there probably have good reason, like visa, health insurance, etc. Wow. It seems impossible that this wasn't inevitable. Payroll could too. They'll have to scramble to get paychecks and severance out. People will just have to do something else while sitting on the toilet. But that's what Reddit is for. Veni, Vidi, V404. You should copyright this sentence, soon they will be on t-shirt. Reject modernity. Return to monk game. ICQ. There are any number of ways for me to stay in touch with English speaking people, but Twitter has a massive Japanese user base. Japanese social media platforms are otherwise quite insular and disconnected from English speakers, so losing Twitter will mean losing access to many Japanese businesses, celebrities, official media accounts, artists, etc. There's really no substitute for Twitter on the next most active platforms, Instagram and YouTube, so in a way it'll be a huge loss for international connectivity. This is a new perspective for me, thanks for sharing. Oh no, anyways. What? No more unsolicited opinions. How will I know which celebrities are wiping now? How will celebrities tell fictional stories disguised as real life stories for clout? Sucks massively for thousands of artists that use it to take commissions or communicate with fans and other artists. Politicians probably all already have Facebook pages, so it matters less for them. This is the reason I'm bummed. It has by far been the easiest way to keep up with announcements, releases etc. from smaller independent artists. Things like being able to get fairly reliable notifications from your favorites or turning on notifications when you know a drop is coming has been huge. Haven't really been able to get anything close elsewhere. I found a lot of value in it over years. It kept me connected to people during really lonely times in my life. I met some of my best friends on there. It definitely irreparably damaged my brain and literally got me suspended from high school a decade ago, but all in all I'll miss it. Elon should buy TikTok next. He can be the Grim Reaper of shitty social media. What about Ticketmaster? I'll bet if he tanked that company, people would be cheered up. It won't. Some dumb shit will continue to happen and it may go through some extended hiccups and maybe even downtime, but if it actually shuts down I will be shocked. The whole situation is very funny. Extremely online shitposting billionaire buys major media platform BC. He doesn't like being the butt of jokes, becomes the butt of 1 million jokes, and also tragic. Thousands of good people did not deserve to lose their jobs. I genuinely don't think it's the demise of Twitter though. It'll continue in some form, just different. It depends on how we define demise. LiveJournal still exists. MySpace still exists. It won't die like Vine, but it might die like AIM. As an artist, it hurts me to see some of the ignorance around this post. Lots of us freelance artists has Twitter as our only source of income and networking. People say not to put your eggs in one basket, but there's literally not a lot of other socials that work as good as Twitter. So yeah, while you might just lost something that doesn't bother you one by and you can cheer on it, our life are being thrown upside down. Not very fun. So many people in this thread are saying some version of too bad, don't care, didn't use it. There is so much Twitter content posted on Reddit. It fuels a ton of discussion in subreddits and is a major source of breaking news. I think the most interesting aspect of this collapse will be which platform that fills the massive void Twitter would leave. Twitter was also super helpful for spreading information in countries with bad freedom of the press. The Iranian government, I'm sure, is super happy. I feel sorry for the folks who lost their jobs. I'll miss Twitter, but Tom will always be my first friend. Deleted. What bothers me is that journalism nowadays consists of a clickbait title along with a few screenshots from Twitter's best and brightest. And that passes as newsworthy. So I am glad that Twitter is gone. Hopefully, for good. So we can stop giving a megaphone to the craziest assholes who are then amplified with news articles. As someone who created an account in 2014 and use it pretty much daily, multiple hours a day, this entire debacle disgusts me. This man, who was an active Twitter user, decided he was so bored and had so much money to spend that he bought an app, tried to run the company like his other tech companies and completely ruined something that has been perfectly fine for decades. He wanted less censorship, but a day into being the owner made it clear that you cannot make a joke or use sarcasm unless it is clearly noted. He wanted people to be able to discern between real and fake people and facts. We had blue check marks for that. Instead he charged people who wanted a blue check mark $8, thus making it impossible for people to be able to tell who is real and who is not. He sends out concerning emails pretty much saying either be a worker slave or leave, and then is shocked everyone left. If it RE. Never used it, never planned on using it, sucks for the people that worked there and built it, but for me personally it's extraordinarily inconsequential. I don't think Twitter will be shutting down. The biggest loss is the good it has done in other countries to exact change for the better. Instead of collecting an inventory of what was going right and wrong and acting on that for the betterment of Twitter, a business seeking a profit, Musk decided to be a disruptive meme lord. I think a shutdown of Twitter could have been avoided. Deleted. Joking aside, if Twitter actually dies it'll cause more problems for people than they think. The site has become an integral part of rapid dissemination of information and for business marketing. Obviously this is, and I am being extremely generous here, a bit of a mixed bag, but the problems with Twitter are essential to all social media platforms. And it always seemed like pre-Musk Twitter handled these problems more gracefully than their peer corporations like Facebook. Though again, grain of salt, this is more to do with how unrepentant awful the average social media site is than specifically how good Twitter was.